two, 1, 2.
Hello, 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 Joe. Hello, everybody. I'm gonna let some of y'all tune in. I'll let y'all get in. Let y'all get in. I'm gonna let y'all get in. We got 3 minutes. We got 3 minutes before we get in. Before we go in. You said, what is it, Mary J. Blige?
My life.
Okay, hello, everybody. I just want to introduce my cousin, my little cousin on my dad's side. I want y'all to understand what this is about to be about. This is called domestic violence surviving. So, little cousin, you know, right here, I want you to talk up and tell them what you and why you're here.
All right.
And what you're going to bring to this segment, because we go on live in 2 minutes.
All right, so I came on today to, be the voice for other women that either don't get away or scared to speak out and talk, and know that, you don't have to deal with domestic violence. Love don't have to come with suffering. So I just wanted to, share my testimony. Hopefully it helps somebody. And we're just going to take it from there.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
Okay. My co-host, how you doing? What you got to say?
I'm glad to be here first and foremost. I'm opening up this morning, so, thanks for that. But I'm just happy to be here, to hear this young lady's story and, see her journey, hear her journey, and see how far she came, because she's very brave to be up here right now.
Yes.
Talking about this, this is not something we see normally. Usually, like she said, women are scared to address the issue and, make it aware and bring some awareness. So, yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Can y'all hear yourself?
Yes.
Anthony Lloyd, how about you?
Yeah, I'm so glad that you're here to talk about it, because you find a lot of people who don't always share their experiences and things like that. This is a topic that people keep behind closed doors.
Yes.
And the thing about it is that your friends and your loved ones shun it. So we're gonna talk about this more in depth.
Okay. Well, welcome TikTokers. We're about to go on. And before we go, I would like to say thank you for tuning into Waymond Uncut with Chop podcast. Domestic violence is the topic today. I want y'all to tune in because it might bring up some memories, because I know I got a couple of stories to tell. But we have Anthony, we have Simply Ray as the guest, co-host Waymond, both of them. So let's go. Welcome to Jumpin' 215, Brawlin' Uncut with Chop. Simply Ray is in the building. Took a lot of courage. This is her song she picked. We in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Listen. Domestic violence is real. It don't have an age. It don't have a gender. Co-host Waymond, how you doing?
I'm good. How y'all doing? Everybody good?
Simply Ray, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Look at that beautiful smile. Let's listen. Anthony?
Yeah. Look, I'm blessed to just sit here and just listen to you. That the day is Juneteenth, everybody.
Yes.
Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth, everybody.
I'm gonna sing to my cousin. On your mind, and we'll find in time. Yes. Anybody else know this song? Come on. Come on, she's still smiling.
I'm sure this song got a lot of people through some things. A lot of people. Mary always knew how to touch him, huh?
Yeah,
she knew how to get to him.
They done took Mary money. She ain't had no kids with the man or nothing.
Child.
Here you go.
That's crazy when you do me dirty and I gotta pay you.
Yes.
What are you looking for?
You do me dirty and I gotta pay you. That's crazy.
We in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, y'all. Domestic violence is real. That's why I'm letting this song play. I usually cut it.
But see, look, I wore the right shirt today. Y'all see what that say? Better days ahead.
Yes.
Always.
I
Just
like
a little
that.
faith. Just a little faith.
I like that. Take your time, baby, don't you rush a thing. Come on, cuz.
You want somebody to sing.
This is what I'm gonna tell my cousin. I know it is hard, but you will get by. And you did, baby.
Yep.
Don't believe me. Okay, I'm gonna keep my day job. Alright. See, when you can laugh, how y'all doing? Welcome to Jumping 215. Rolling a cup of chop, y'all. I know y'all hear us laughing and everything because guess what? After the tunnel is always that rainbow, and I guess that's why we here to be able to laugh about it. But you know, this is a serious situation, you know. So today is Friday, and it's not just no any Friday. What day is it? Juneteenth! Yeah. And y'all know me, y'all. I'm already a little dark, so I got it extra hard. I'm just being honest. It's a little jokey joke.
She's sitting on the chocolate side of town, y'all.
Oh, we both are. Listen, I love that side.
Oh yeah, both of y'all. Chocolate
I love that side.
But this is the caramel.
Look, it get lighter and lighter.
Alright, we going down the spectrum. That's alright.
Yeah,
We going down the spectrum.
This is the caramel side right here.
This is the stronger version right here.
It's dark goose, dark.
This the concentrated version over here.
We got that melon. Y'all gotta go sit in the sun to get here. But anyway, y'all, so I would like to say to everybody tuning in today to Jump into 215 Rolling the Cut. This is my little cousin. This is my cousin on my dad's side, so we didn't like grow up together, just being honest, you know, insight. You're probably wondering, well, why you ain't help her? All right, I get it.
Let them know.
I gotta let her know, you know what I mean? Because they be home thinking like, well, how about she?
Where was she at?
Okay. But anyway, let me tell you something else. It's not about where you was at or anything like that, because you just don't understand that domestic violence was never supposed to be normalized. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
You know, but as I said before, Waymond, welcome aboard. Let me just say, welcome aboard.
Thank you again.
You won't hear and know how chop rock. My thing is, when I brought my cousin on here, and let me just say this, we're not here to bash anybody. Because the devil almost stopped her from coming here today. I'm just being really honest. So I'm not going to go into what the devil almost did, but guess what? She is so determined to tell her story that she didn't care. You know, she still was coming. So a lot of times when I talk to my cousin, I said, a lot of times we have to be mindful how we speak to people. You know, the things we say to people, because you know, a word can cut like a knife. And she admitted that she was a little aggressive, right? Sometimes. So when you are strong, aggressive, assertive, you know, and you ain't backing down type of person like us, we ain't having it. So that would trigger. But I'm not gonna tell her story. But I would like to just welcome Simply Ray. How you doing, baby?
Hello, hey y'all.
How you doing? And we from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and we would like to start by saying, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good today.
So what made you want to come on Rolling the Cut with Chop Podcast? Like, that's something I want to start with. I just threw you off because you didn't think the reason why I was going to go there. But what made you, though? Because people want to know. Like, damn, I just want to go tell a story like that. Because this is your first time ever. And I'm here to tell y'all, ever telling her story. Not to her family, not to nobody else. So I am thankful, grateful, and guess what? I'm happy.
That's very
Because you could have went anywhere else in the world or kept it to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I am grateful. But go ahead and answer the question before we start.
So basically, I just felt like now that I went through the healing journey and I'm over it, I could talk about it. People don't be realizing why people don't say it when it happens, when it's fresh. Sometimes it just don't be the right time. And so I also know that it'll help other women, whether they dealing with it or dealt with it, or maybe help them look out for some red flags so they won't deal with it.
That's good. That's good. Waymond, over here. Go, you have anything to say about what she said?
I just think it's very great, especially being this your first time talking ever to anybody about it.
Yeah.
Come on here and you know, talk about it. That's very great. This is like you're telling everybody all at the same time. You know, share your story. You know, I hope somebody's out there really listening so they can, you know, make other people aware.
Oh, they listening. Oh, they listening. They sneaking.
And I definitely hope it helps somebody out there. For sure.
Go ahead, Anthony.
And you know, preferably, you want this to resonate for the not just the victim, but the perpetrator as well.
Yes.
So a lot of times we don't look at that part as well. We look at the victim and we look at the perpetrator as well. So hopefully with this segment, this sends a message to those folks who engages on the other side of domestic violence. Not just the person who receives it, but the person who gives it.
And sometimes they don't know they got a problem. Sometimes they don't realize they have a problem. That's a big problem.
Because like Chuck said, it's so normalized. People think it's okay, oh, it's me and my girl get into a little fight or whatever. No, because that can lead to worse and worse and worse and worse. So it's not okay. Like, nobody, even the women, because women hit men too, it's not okay.
Okay, so have you ever put your hands on him?
He was the only man I put my hands on, literally.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to ask this: who put hands on who first? I'm just
He
being
did.
honest.
He did.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
And then you was just wasn't having it.
No, I defended myself every time.
Okay. All right. So who would like to go with?
So I mean, with that being said,
It says Waymond.
with that being said, like you said, he put his hands on you first. You defended yourself every time. So what you defending yourself? Did that make you feel like there's some normalcy to the situation?
After a while, like once you get deep in that dark place, after a while you think like, okay, this is what it's gonna be.
Okay, so when did you click like this is not what it's
When it kept happening and when the fights kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse.
Okay, so Anthony, how about you before I go with my first question?
So I'm just here to listen, and I used to belong to Soldiers of Love, domestic violence organization.
You do?
Yeah, run by Nicole Millsap, who has every year she does not just a presentation, award ceremony at the African American Youth Museum. She is a gem. She does not just the networking, but she's on board folks from all around the country. She has a pipeline that brings people from, say, California to New York and brings them out of that particular situation, you know. So she has a network, and I'll share the information with her. I was trying to get her to at least answer the phone call me and Chuck was on a couple of days ago, but maybe at some point she'll come on the show and give some more information about it. But she is a phenomenal person.
Okay, so let's get started. So I would like to thank all my TikTokers. I would like to thank everybody from Jumping 215, B-Force Radio. I would like to shout out all my listeners, seen or unseen, you know, because sometimes, you know, some people don't want to engage, but they'll just listen. Like Anthony said, co-host, he's here to listen, but girl, he gonna tune in. I don't give a damn. But anyway, let me just say this. Let's start.
Before you start, I just want to give one thing, right? Because I just don't
Anthony,
want to forget this one.
Okay, Anthony.
So there is a national domestic violence hotline. So we're going to repeat it several times, right? It's 24 hours, 1-800-799-7233. So at any time, you can always call this 24 hours a day, 800-799-7233. Sorry.
Okay, no, and that's what I want you to say it one more time and say it a little slower, please. This is if anybody who feel like you don't want to talk to nobody, you don't want to tell nobody your business, you know, you're embarrassed, whatever reason, that number is going to be what you're going to use. Because let me tell you something, you are not alone. When you go to them places and stuff, because I remember back in the day hearing people go to them places and they couldn't tell the family, nobody where they was at. Like, you really was high. You know, so what's the number again, Anthony?
It's 800-799-7233.
Okay, so baby girl, are you ready? Simply Ray?
I'm ready.
So where and how did the relationship begin? Because I like to know sometimes, like, how did you even meet this person?
Okay, so y'all know online dating real popular.
Oh my goodness, online dating.
In my generation, so if a guy slide in the DMs, oh hey, I want to take you on a date, this, that, and the third. So it was one of those situations like, hey, I want to take you on a date. The first couple times I ignored, but eventually I'm like, all right, let's see. And that's how it started.
So what year was this? You said it was 2017.
It was the end of 2017, like December 2017.
And how long did it last?
2 years.
2 years. Okay, so you already know this is Raw and Cup with Chuck. I want to get straight to the point.
Is he still living?
He's still living. He's still living.
Yeah, it is, huh?
Y'all didn't hear this one, audience. You didn't hear this one. Just in case somebody pop up missing, we want to make sure. Okay.
Oh my God, I have to laugh. Anthony ain't been here in a little second. He ready. He want his chuckles and stuff. Cause that just made me. Well, guess what? And overall, Raw and Cup with Chuck, I am happy that everybody is still living.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes people can black out. You know, people can be intoxicated. You know, and they don't know what they're doing. That can actually happen. You know that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I asked Simply Ray a question. I said, well, was he on drugs? She said no. Now, a lot of times people say no because they don't see him. But let me tell you something, a lot of times that's what people do. They're not going to show you what they're doing. It happens in the behavior. But you also said that someone else asked you the same.
Yeah, several people asked me, and I'm like, I never seen him do a drug, but weed. Never. I ain't gonna lie on nobody. I never seen him do a drug.
Okay, well, this is what we need to know now.
You do know that sometimes, some people just got a chemical imbalance. So they can't even smoke weed. Like, it's just, that's what it is. So the weed alone can just do them, have them off the square.
So the question is, thank you, Waymond. That was really a good question because I say this too. A lot of times people don't know the drug that they're doing, which is the street drug, and the actual drugs that they need to keep them stable. They don't like how it make them feel. You know, like I always ask people these questions, like, how come, you know? But I spoke to you and I asked you, when did you first see the first sign of it? You told me when. How many years?
A year later.
So you together 2 years, and then 1 year later.
That's when the violence started.
Let's go. Okay, so the violence started then. When did you see the change? Because you told me that something happened to him.
Once he lost his job,
Okay.
I started to see the real him. No offense to the men that's sitting here, but a broke man is a mean man. So once he lost his job, it's like a switch just flipped.
It just flipped. Anybody else have a question?
As a man, I've been in situations where I'm I'm stressed, I'm depressed. I was those things, my emotions weren't as stable as if but that's something that we have because men are providers, so we look to provide.
So it messes with your ego.
And if you can't, it definitely does something to a man.
I feel like especially when you're dealing with an alpha female, it could be hard because it's like, okay, I'm struggling, I'm broke, but I'm also dealing with this female where she got her own emotions, she's confident, she get to it. So I feel like he became jealous of me, like honestly.
So when you say jealous of you, what do you mean? What was some of the signs you see? People get it mixed up. Let me just say this: Raw and Cup with Chuck has to understand this. When people say jealous, as Anthony was saying, I always tell him, I don't like when he say this friendly envy, but that friendly envy can turn to hate. But I felt like hate comes first and then it's envy, so I'm a little confused on what it is.
If this wasn't friendly envy though, I mean, domestic violence is not friendly envy, and I can see where the inferiority complex becomes like, you can, when you're not, we want to be, as men, we want to be 100%, right?
Well, that's not possible, being 100%. I'm confused.
But you know what? It's a mental. Yeah, you might be right about that, but we want to mentally be right. So we want to be mentally.
They want to feel in control. They want to, have their ego.
And depending on where we are in life, right? We want to be not just providers. We want to be everything.
Right.
And when that one chip is full, the house topples.
And see, I think that was just the piece of the puzzle. So once that piece of the puzzle fell off, it's like, okay, now everything got uncovered. That was just a piece of it.
That's a major piece, though.
That was a piece of it.
That's a major piece.
Because like even though we was only together 2 years, it's not like, we got 5 years in, we got 10 years in. 1 year, you really don't know nobody.
Okay.
You really don't know nobody. If you date somebody, it's still the cupcake stage. Like, you really don't know nobody, especially my age. I was 21, he was 25. So I be wanting to tell women that too. Like, sometimes don't rush into stuff. I'm not saying it gotta take 10 years, but don't rush into stuff. Like, literally get to know each other. Be friends first. Learn that person from the in
So
to the
did
out.
you meet the family? That's what, let me,
Yeah.
so let me just say this one thing, Ms. Wong, couple of times. A lot of times I always ask this question, did you meet the family? And let me tell you something, a real person that's in the family, they gonna tell you the real deal. I don't care how
You're gonna
much.
find at least one, yeah, that's gonna be the real.
Yeah, no, listen, because they don't really want their family member to get hurt, is what I'm saying. So somebody, a cousin, a niece, maybe not be a mom, but I wanna hear her tell me, did you ever meet the family? And if you did, how long did it take you? And did they tell you or gave you any signs, red flags, winks, anything?
Okay, and as I'm saying this today, I just want to say, like, I'm not saying this to
She's
bash
simply right from
nobody.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
I'm not saying this to bash nobody. This is not tea. This happened 8 years ago, so I'm past it. Y'all just hearing it, but this is not to bash nobody that's involved in the story. I'm literally just speaking facts.
Okay.
So in the beginning, once again, when you're in love with somebody, you know how they say love is blind. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not that girl no more, but I was dumb in love. So he would try to keep me away from his family, and I'm not thinking nothing of it. The whole time he's trying to keep me away from his family because, like Chalk said, he know they're going to tell me, like they're going to tell me the good, they're going to tell me the bad. So in the beginning, I met his family, but it was surface level. Once stuff started hitting the fan, it was a day, and I'll never forget it. I called his mom, basically telling the mom, like, y'all gotta come get him. Like, he's in here, we're fighting. It was bad. She was like, you too good for him. You too
The
good
mom?
for him. Yes, the mom. And me and her is like this to this day. She like, you too good for him. And I don't know if he told you, but my son is schizophrenic and bipolar. Mind you, I didn't know that. I did not know that. And this is where I say, where ladies, you cannot move too fast. We was already living together. It was going like this, like a roller coaster. We reached the top and we started coming down. So when she told me that, I felt like, dang, like, what the hell did I get myself into? It was also a lot of stuff where certain things that he would tell me about himself was coming back that it wasn't true. He was portraying to be this person, but in the beginning, he love bombed me. He wanted to die me. Everything was good.
So where did you, let me just stop you real quick, and I asked her this question. I just want to say it on air. She said, he love bombed me. So I said, where did you learn that language? At what time? Because a lot of times, you know, I like that you said that. So where did you learn that language? At what time did you?
So
There's a couple words I like you were saying. Cupcake stage and all that other stuff. I'm trying to learn this stuff.
Okay,
Where
so
did you learn all that stuff from?
for me, that's kind of like Philly slang, like the cupcake stage where everything good. As far as love bombing, I learned that after relationship. I actually went to therapy. I'm trying to get into therapy again. My insurance changed, so it's been hard finding a new one. But when I first left and I went to therapy, the therapist told me, like, you know, he love bombed you, right? Like, I'm talking about once or twice a week we going on dates. I don't gotta pay for a thing. I don't gotta pay my rent. I don't gotta pay for my phone bill. I don't gotta pay for my hair. Like, it was going good. So I'm thinking, okay, this is my man. We locked in. I would have never thought that one day we gonna get into an argument and he just start wailing off on me.
So basically, love bombing is basically a distraction.
It's like basically they
all
trying
of this stuff
to
into the distraction
so
from
fast though. It's at a very rapid rate. Like within the first year, we was already living together. Like my friends at that time will tell you, I met him, like I said, the end of 2017, it was wintertime, December. I remember we went out for New Year's. That whole winter, we was just vibing. Springtime, he like, mind you, he's still working, and he like, I'm not gonna keep paying rent at both places. So I'm like, all right, whatever. We move in. So it happened fast, like very, very fast. And me being 21, young and dumb, I'm not thinking nothing of it. Like, you know what I mean?
Wow. So can I ask you a question to my two co-hosts? This is Rolling Cup with Chop. And y'all done heard the new generation, right? So what was the things that people was doing back in our day when they were love bombing? I don't know if it was called love bombing.
Oh, it's basically the same thing, like in rent and courting and stuff like that. The dates and the, I'll buy you this, I'll buy you that, flowers and everything.
So it's just to get the hook up?
Yeah, just to hook them. I guess, like you said, distract them too, so they don't see the real. Because, all right, so I learned.
There we go, Rolling the Cup with Chop. Yeah, there you go. See, he was trying to just. This is Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Rolling Cup with Chop. I gotta say it because we're on air. There's different people from different places that listen to us. Okay, so don't blame me, cousin. Like damn, say nothing. Right there, cousin. I let go away.
So something I've learned through being in relationships is that people sometimes will send a representative and I'm feeling wild. And so they're representative.
Smiling.
And it's so hard.
I've had quite a few. So that's how I know I've had quite a few. They'll send their representative for a while.
So what? Give me an example of a representative, how they sent them.
Like you said, they come as the sweetest person. They come, they rep.
Did anybody ever get you good?
Yeah.
So give me one. Give me one. Let's wait one. Give me one.
Oh man, I'm caught off guard. But
no, it ain't gotta be now. It's like back in your day.
No, I'm just saying I'm still caught off guard. Even think like, but it's been some times.
Well,
where,
did you do it?
Because you thought you were the best at one point, right? See, at some point.
Okay, come on, Anthony.
So, because I'm gonna help you out with this.
Okay.
I'm gonna help you out with this whole
Guy
thing.
power, y'all better.
And only because we want to be 100%.
Yeah.
Something we the sharp.
Which y'all already know y'all can't.
Well,
Go ahead.
a lot of times we think the sharpest
And that's
in
why-
the drawer. So, like, we rehearse this stuff, right? Over a period of time.
Insane.
Over and over, we rehearse this stuff. When
Insane.
one relationship doesn't work out, we go to the next one,
Mm-hmm.
right? And we become a master of deception at some point,
Wow.
right? And what we do is we send the representative. I've been like, look,
You learn what they want. You learn what they want. Yeah.
I've
Do
been
y'all
happened
ever?
to me too as well.
But do you ever figure out that the well wanna run dry
No.
and they wanna? So y'all don't think that far?
Because you become a pro at it.
Yeah.
You
But
become a
what
pro
I'm
at
saying
it.
is that y'all think everybody's stupid. I'm not saying to be smart, but
It ain't even about them being
It's not
stupid.
about being
It's
stupid.
just sometimes it becomes second nature too. But what happens is there's those days, there's those bad days that people forget to account for. Those days where y'all ain't gonna get along, where it was something that y'all gonna disagree on, and that person don't know how to deal with that disagreement. But because that never came up before, you've always had that representative in front of you, so you've never had to deal in that situation with that person. So
Right.
the first time, that's when the representative decided to step out.
You made a
and
key
the real
point.
person step in.
You made a key point. What you said
who
was
made a
this
key
person
point?
was-
Who you talking about?
She did.
Simply Ray.
Yeah, what she said was, I just thought about it. This person was schizophrenic, like the mom said, right? I don't know if he's on medication, and sometimes when a person is challenged, whether it's physically or mentally, they hide those things, right? So you would never know. So the representative is sent there as a mask over the other challenges that they have. So of course they can give you anything that you want, right? When they're on their medication, right?
Yeah, when they want their medication.
Yeah, they
Word.
go all the stuff, the dates, the dinner, they cook for you, all those things. They give you all this stuff because at some point, if once they reel you in, say one day when they slip, hopefully it doesn't get as bad.
They feel like they
Yeah.
because they did so much good, they can be forgiven.
Yep, they can
It's
use
what's
it.
inside. So,
Yep.
yeah.
So y'all right. Thank y'all. The co-hosts, Waymond and Co. Anthony Lloyd. Y'all definitely on point now. Because y'all talked about how crazy it can get. Well, on the cut with Jack would like to know, like everybody else want to know, what's one of the craziest episodes y'all had? And we talked about this. What was one of the craziest things that happened where you knew, like, whoa, this is out of control, baby and Greeny, no roller coaster type.
So our craziest fight, and this was towards the end of the relationship when I was like, okay, I'm trying to get away from him. We fighting in the house. Mind you, we done been through everything. Pulling out weapons with each other. I had a gun pointed to me. I had a pillow put over my face. So we fight in the house. I'm trying to get away. I drive at the time, and I live in Frankfurt. So I'm like, look, I'm going down my cousin's house down west. At this time, I want to say my cousin, shout out to her, mama, she was my main supporter.
Shout out to mama.
She was my main supporter, so he blacked my eyes so bad that I barely could see out of it. But I'm like, fuck it, I'm getting out this house. So I'm trying to get in my car to drive down west to her house. Mind you, I'm up Frankfurt, so I got a little drive. The way how my apartment complex was, it was like a driveway. Like it was up in the tuck and it was a driveway. So as I'm trying to drive, he's so crazy, he's jumping on the car. We done tussle, we done fight. You still not trying to make the way. You still jumping on the car, bust the windows out, still jumping on the car. Mind you, I'm still driving, still trying to get away.
Okay.
At this point, he falls and I run his ankle over it. I don't look back. I keep going because I'm getting away. Just the ankle. Just the ankle. It was confirmed. Just the ankle. Like I'm getting away. I'm cool. Like it was crazy.
He tried to like crawl or hop or.
I didn't look back. I kept driving.
You
I kept
didn't
driving.
hit the reverse not one time?
Not one time.
One time.
Not one time.
You hit the
I
bad
kept
ankle or
driving.
good ankle. No, I know
So
something.
I guess you got away with it, I guess.
Yeah, one thing, and the thing about it too, that's how you know it was toxic too, because I would never tell on him, he would never tell on me. But once I knew, okay, I'm leaving you, I'm done, that's when I started telling myself, literally.
Okay.
This is it. All my friends will tell you. I didn't tell them anything till after I left. They were so confused. Like, wait a minute. I thought y'all was in love. I thought this. I thought that. Because I'm not the female that's going to tell you a nigga doing something to me today and then go back to him tonight. I don't judge nobody that do it though. It's no judgment. That's just not me. Once I'm done, I'm done. What's the point of telling my business, being vulnerable just to still deal with the situation? So I'm a little different than most females. I talk about stuff once it's over. Once I know, okay, I'm leaving. So once I started planning my exit plan, once I was
planning the exit?
Yes.
Wow.
Once I knew like, okay, the relationship is over, that's when I started opening up and telling my friends. And once I started opening telling my friends, like I knew it was something. Like my one friend Talia, she like, I couldn't figure out what it is about him, but I knew it was something. Like you could just see like he was a little off. My friend Anissa, she peeped how anytime I would want to go somewhere, he wants to go. In the beginning, that might be cute, like, oh my man, but it gets annoying after a while. Like I can't go over another female house. I can't go out for drinks. You want to be with me everywhere. That's controlling.
So let me just share something. This is what I want to with y'all. Me and you talked about this. You stated to me in the beginning, and like I said, I gotta play the devil advocate on both sides because you stated that in the beginning they was going together all the time. They were together and everything. So I told her, maybe he's saying that something changed, which it did. You understand? Y'all was together all the time in the beginning, doing everything. Now all of a sudden you want to go with you. So I'm only saying that to say sometimes it can mess with the person he is. So,
but that also plays a part in him not taking accountability for why it changed. So but what I want to ask is, when you decided for your exit plan, was that after that fight where y'all were all car and the truck and everything? Okay, cool. So that was
that's when I knew like, all right, this is not gonna get better. It's gonna keep getting worse and worse and worse.
So never before that you thought like it's just.
I'm gonna be honest, like I was young, I was dumb. I'm thinking like, all right, like I'm not gonna keep being with him, but I'm just.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing.
We have to be honest.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
No, we gotta be honest. I feel like every female done had they dumb moment or dumb stage with a man.
It's not even just dumb. It's love. Yeah, like you said, it's love. It's blind love. Like it's
that's like naive.
And naive. Yeah. Because you still learning.
Right.
Listen, we have to. I used to tell my kids at religion class, we have to live to learn. You know what I'm saying? We have to go through experiences. We have to go through bad days in order to appreciate and understand what good days look like. So you went through your bad days. I mean, thank God that you're still here to talk about them and be able to share that awareness with everybody. So, you know what I'm saying? That's the main part. So it wasn't a dumb thing. You just had to live. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, it was what you had to go through to live, but you still had to live to experience some things and know what you want in life and know what you don't want in life. So now I know you're far away from.
Yeah, I tell everybody like. Who I am today at 29, of course, wasn't that girl 21, 22. That's another thing. I would talk to him as a fresh adult, like literally fresh adult. So that plays a point too. Like I wasn't thinking how I think now. I wasn't moving how I was moving then. So a lot of things play a factor.
So do you have any big brothers or cousins?
So.
Not to cry too much.
Sound bad, but I have plenty big cousins and I have 2 big brothers. A lot of people think I'm the oldest. If you know my family, you would think I'm the oldest. I have 2 big brothers. They're in their 30s, but unfortunately, I come from a broken home. We was not raised together, and they wasn't around. Like I just gotta keep it a bean. I don't want to make my family sound bad, but I'm speaking facts. But I do have 2 big brothers. My brothers should be. I'm 29, so they should be about 36 and 33.
I just know how I become about my little sister.
Yeah.
And I tell people sometimes I got an 18-year-old.
And I will say, as far as my cousins, my one cousin Donnie, once he got out of jail, he was riding. Like he came once he was already gone though, but he told me if anything happened, I'm there. Like literally risking him being on probation, he told me I'm there. My cousin Ted, because once I left, y'all know it was still with stuff. He coming to my house, he stalking me. It wasn't just done once I left. My cousin Ted came to my house, literally stayed there multiple nights to see if he would pop up. My cousin Ted changed my locks on my door. Like he was really, really active. But like I said, they both was in jail. So
how did he find you? That's what I want to know.
Child.
Let's talk about
that's what I want to know.
They find it.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
They find out, and they're interested. I want to ask you a question, right?
This is Anthony Lloyd.
How much of your soul was actually taken, right? And where were you at that time? Because I know that at some point, when you feel that you're worth, I don't know if you didn't feel like you was worth anything, right?
Did you? That's a question? Is that a question?
Yeah, that was one. Because I always want to look at. And that was one. Because I always want to look at. You don't share nothing with anybody because it sometimes becomes embarrassing.
Yes, yes.
So that's my question. How
So I
much
want to
control?
say, while it was happening, it was a very, very dark place for me. Mind you, like I said, I carry depression a little differently, so I'm still showing up for other people, being nice, being genuine. This whole time I'm drowning, literally. So it was very, very dark to the fact where I couldn't believe I was going through this. I was embarrassed that I was going through it, and I didn't know how to get out of it. Because like I said, he was such a master manipulator and so violent, it really took me a long time to get away from him. And I promise you, if anything would have occurred within that first year, I would have been left. But it's like he got me where he wanted me, and then he revealed himself. And a lot of people, like, unfortunately, they only know the bad about him. But when we talk, I always tell them, like, no, in the beginning, he wasn't that. He didn't put his hands on me. He was a provider. But when he wanted to reveal who he was, he revealed it. A person can only hide who they is for so long, honestly. So it was a very, very dark place. I hope I don't ever go through that again. And I don't want no other woman to ever go through that. Like, some women don't come out of it. Honestly, they don't. It was a lot.
Wow, I've seen incidents where going to the Cold Mills event, and I remember speaking at one of our events because, I shared, when I was in a relationship with a young lady. And there's different types of abuse. You have the monetary, you have mental, you have the verbal, things like that. And I'm a verbal abuser.
So Anthony, you're telling me you was verbally abused? That's what you're saying?
I think most men are. I think most men go through that.
And because I want to focus on you, but yeah, with me it was like it became more egotistic at some point, being a man, right? So my friend, oh man, you got this chick saying.
Well, did you see it in the beginning?
I saw it in the beginning.
Oh wow.
Right, she was a nice looking chick that I wanted, right, and I was willing to take. I don't know if I was willing to take everything, but at some point, and then mind you, she was like 4'1", right? But she had a mouth of 6'7" or whatever, right? But and because I knew I was out there, I was
running the streets.
Yeah, I was in the streets. So so you kind of want like that prize possession sometimes. So in my mind, I thought I had bragging rights, and what happened was over a period of time, it started getting crazy and crazy. It wasn't physical abuse; it was more mental. So then I had to get out of it. But I didn't at the time. I didn't lose my soul.
How long did you stay?
Gosh, I stayed for about 3 years. About 3 years, stayed into it.
So the sex must have been good too. I'm not saying you were smart. Why y'all laughing? I'm just saying.
But you know what? And it becomes a time where it's no good. Yeah. Well, sometimes your mind is made up, and I was young.
So did you have a plan to escape?
I just up and left.
So you didn't plan it, you just left?
Yeah, because I had the bread. I had power, right? I had the bread. I can get anything I wanted.
Did she come look for you? Did she come find you?
No, I wound up giving her. Never back then. I bought a house back then.
You paid her off to leave you alone.
No, I wound up having bad credit. I didn't share it. I never shared this with my family, right? And I wound up. This was my first time.
Thank you.
Wound up messing up my credit, had the car taken, did everything. I was willing to give up everything.
To get the hell away from her. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so no one knew I had a mortgage and all this other stuff, and in another county.
Did anybody try to tell you about her, warn you about her? Because I'm being honest.
No, because I hid everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I hid everything.
So nobody never seen her?
They did, but I hid.
Because but you couldn't hide how she was acting is what I'm saying. You said
she was an angel around everybody else.
Oh, well then we always get in the house, she would chew you up.
Man, look, I was pretty popular, with my fraternity and doing events and all that other stuff. So it was times where if I had an event from 9 o'clock to 12, I had to be home at 12:30.
Wow. Oh wait, man. I see you looking.
I definitely sympathize because I've dealt with the same type of situation. Whereas me and the girl we grew up together, and we lived on the same block across the street from each other when we were kids, and then we like kind of reconnected when we got older. And I should have known that I should have seen the red flags because her mom was her mouth was crazy. Her mouth was very crazy.
And you know what? You know what? Go ahead. I'm gonna piggyback off of that. Go ahead after that.
And,
I got something to say.
Yeah, we dealt with each other, and I dealt with it for about 3 years, about 3 years.
Okay.
And the reason I think I stuck in so long was not because of the sex or anything. I was attached to her son. Like I had an attachment to her son. His dad was crazy. His dad was in his life. Me and him had a bond. You know what I'm saying? Me and his dad was cool. We still kind of cool or whatever. I reach out to him every now and then. He reach out to me. But yeah, that's why I stayed around so long.
So it seemed like it wasn't that long ago.
No, this was some years back. This is at least about 10 years now. Something like that. 15 years now. Something like that. My daughter's about 2 or 3 when it happened, and my breaking point was. She wanted to make me mad so bad. She called my daughter out her name.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, I know I had to leave because I went after her. She closed the door, but I went and she said I never.
Your daughter was there.
Yeah, she said I never seen you look like that. She said I never seen you look like that on your face because I'm not one of them people. My mom didn't raise me like that. So yeah,
that you love.
And she said it wasn't that. She said you was ignoring me and everything else I was saying because I got used to it. And that's not something you should get used to, getting talked to a certain way and get crazy. Like you said, I'm a man. Mm-hmm. At first, I'm a man. And if I don't disrespect you, if I don't listen to him, that's not what you. If you don't have that kind of man, don't give him that type of energy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Don't give him that type of energy. But when I said I don't want to be a part of this because anything that I feel like is going to make me act out like that, I need to separate myself from.
Right.
So yeah, I can relate.
That's so good. So I like to recap a lot of what we were just talking about. We have Simply Ray here. We're from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. She's telling her story for the first time about domestic violence. You know, she endured a lot of different types of violence. And can Anthony Lloyd, everybody go around and tell me one. I'm going to say mental abuse.
For what do you mean by that?
Meaning, like, what type of abuse have you endured?
So I'm doing the mental thing. I think it was more mental for me versus her.
Okay. Now go ahead. What was yours? Would you say what abuse? Would you say you went through financial abuse, mental and physical?
Yeah.
Okay. How about you?
Mental.
Okay. Now, me personally, this is one because I always got stories. Like, I remember I always dealt with fussy men, but I always knew how to handle them. You know, so it's either you gonna get the hell away from me before I go anywhere, because I ain't paying no damn mind. But overall, you know, I listen to what they say. They always tell you, whether you listen or not, they will tell you exactly who they are. They will show you exactly. Now, brother, like you said, love, I had you blind. Now, for me, I remember my baby father, first baby father was like 15 years old when I had my first kid, right? So I remember, you know, I used to mess with the girls or whatever and all that stuff like that. And I used to say little things like, you know, thank you, and this, I used to write stuff on the wall. I mean, I was a little crazy or whatever. So I'm just being honest. So once I learned the game, that's my point. Once I learned, like, bro, it's 1,000 more you. I'm just being honest. Once I learned, it switched on him. So one day, I just remember this one time I had a knife. My sister used to live in the buildings on 10th Street in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, over there at 10th Street. And I would never forget, I let him come over or whatever. It was so long ago, I don't remember nothing, but I remember I tried to stab him. He wound up stabbing me between my fingers, you know, little nips. But I look back at that where somebody could have really got hurt. And it would have probably been me who would have probably got in trouble because I was the one who called them over. You know, they look at your phone log, they look at who you call, they got cameras, and you know, there's all these things that people never think about when they shut down. Then there was another time, this is how I knew that I didn't like violence, because I learned it really early in the game, which was good for me. So if I only cut out to tell you this. So I remember one time my baby father got mad at me one time. This is my baby father. He mad because I asked him about another girl, and he socked me. I couldn't believe it. I felt stars. Y'all ever felt stars?
It's not funny.
No, it's not. I felt stars. Stop me like, bam!
Child.
And I look.
Because you asked him about a girl?
Because I asked him about, he asked me because somebody told me,
He was dealing with
in the
somebody.
project.
They don't like that.
They gonna tell you something.
They don't like that.
They don't like that. So
That's
he
a clear indicator,
so he
though.
just
Guilt.
stopped me. So at the end of the day, so people don't know me. I used to be the type of girl that, oh, get me back. Oh, I'm gonna get you back. I'm gonna suck you in. And then, so when I told my baby father, I was like, yeah, come on over. And we used to have these projects, in the projects, they used to have like metal steps, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it ain't funny though, metal steps. And it was like 12 of them, right? And it was like a round. So I sucked him into coming over, right? And then I said, get him back. I said, yeah, mother effer, you remember you hit me and I took my foot. This was one of my things. And I cocked back and kicked him. And you know what? He held on. He went a couple steps and he was able to hold on to the rug. But I was telling people, like, I would have been just getting out of jail today because he would have died. He
The
would
metal,
have
the
died.
metal,
The
and
metal
the concrete
Concrete
steps.
steps,
concrete
yeah.
would have.
I lived in Love Street building, I know.
Oh, yeah.
So I realized, like, hold up, and yo, I ain't gonna lie. And then we used to fight and stuff. One time he didn't have my money, like I ain't gonna want to be fighting, start popping pills or whatever and shit. Now I ain't care what he did and all this, but no child, he ain't had that money. I think I used to be enraged back in the day or something.
You
ain't
better
had
have my money.
You better have my money. And one day he didn't, and I socked him. He socked me back. I called the cops on him. The cops made him give me my money. But that was the cops was like, well, you said you're supposed to give him money, get the money for the kid. But I think, and like I said, I couldn't control the situation. I think that's where the domestic violence piece coming in is because you can't control them. You can't make a person do what you want to do. And then growing up, like I told her before, we got beat. If they told us to do something, we ain't do it right, we ain't look, we ain't you got your ass whooped. And that's just it. So maybe it was learned behaviors from your friend. I just have to be really honest. And maybe childhood trauma could have turned into why he's a schizophrenic, or it could be hereditary. So we have to be mindful. There's wrong cover child. I worked in a halfway house, mental health and all that. I watched the psychosis episodes. And before only me watching this stuff and able to see it for myself is why I understand it. Because if somebody could have just told me, I wouldn't. What?
Exactly. Exactly.
So I just wanted to say that. So we want to go around. Before we got a couple minutes, maybe 10 minutes, we want to talk about what we learned from today. But before we do that, I need you, my beautiful cousin, that made it out, because like I said, some people don't make it out. What would you say to these people? Because guess what? This is not an age, like I said, or a gender. What would you say to anybody? What would you say to anybody? From every time I think about this, from the bottom of your soul, like go real deep with it. Like, what would you tell them?
I would say, because it's different strokes for different folks, but I would say learn your person. That's the first thing. Because taking accountability, the first thing that I messed up at is I didn't know who I was really dating. I rushed into it all fast due to all the good things. So when the bad stuff started happening, when he lost his job, when he became broke and abusive and a controller, I was already too deep in it. So I would say learn your person. And also always love yourself. Like, I feel like if I didn't love myself, if I was insecure, I would still be with him. So many females want to deal with stuff with men just to say they got a man. Like, love don't got to come with suffering. Love do not got to come with suffering. We got to stop normalizing that he could hit on you, he could cheat on you, he could talk to you all crazy, and y'all still going to be like it's nothing. Like, no. Once he show you who he is, one time. Don't even stay around to see if he going to change. I'm sorry. Because like Chalk said, it's a million different men out here. Like, you don't have to settle. And it takes a lot of strength to leave, but it's going to hurt you more to stay. So if I could tell women anything, is just love yourself, know who you're dealing with, and that first red flag, you better get the rolling. Like, you better get the rolling.
And what did you learn in therapy, though? I want to just say that. What did you learn
honestly, and this is being honest, I learned a lot about myself. So from that situation, we'll try to make excuses like, oh, I didn't grow up with a dad, or I didn't have this, I didn't have that. I learned that I have abandonment issues. I learned that sometimes my mouth could be a trigger. So now when I deal with men,
talk about it.
I wave my mouth because the sweetness, I got a mouth. So I learned that you can't talk down to a man if he not being disrespectful to you and expect him not to be disrespectful back. I also learned emotional intelligence. You don't have to react off the emotions every single time, because if you fighting fire with fire, it's gonna blow up.
There you go.
So me doing therapy really taught me a lot. Like as soon as I left that relationship, I did therapy the whole pandemic, like 2020 to 2022, because I got a baby out of this situation. So I'm going through postpartum. I'm trying to heal. I'm being a single mom. It was a lot going on. So yeah, I learned a lot about myself in therapy. I did.
And I thank you. I have to say this. I thank you for even coming on here and telling the story. Like I said, I always get people who know who they are, no matter how they fall off, no matter they forget who they are, forget to love yourself. Like I said, I was going to go into like, how did you get there? But we, like I said, blinded by love, and we can't help who our heart love or what somebody wake up inside of us. But like she said, which was really deep, that she didn't want to tell nobody. But see, there's a lot of people that feel like that, and that's why nobody knows. And then the people do know, because nowadays they'll kill the people too. So I want to start with Anthony Lloyd, real quick. We got a couple of seconds. What did you learn today out of this? And I thank you, Anthony, too, for sharing your story, because it takes a lot for a man to come and actually tell you, that somebody abused them, or they, in a way, was speaking down. But I'm going to say this, and this wrong a couple of times. I'm going to get real goofy real quick. A lot of people talk down, and they're really not talking to you. Y'all ever know that? They're not really talking to you. They're talking to whoever did something to them. Because if you met somebody, this is only for somebody that met somebody early in the game, they're like, damn, she said that, he said that. I don't even know them like that. So you can catch on to certain things. You have to ask certain questions. You got to take them out. Oh, I'm keeping my man quiet. Or I'm keeping my woman. Like, no, let them, let people, somebody know somebody. You understand? Stop, keep listening to society, normalizing that. Stop listening to what society talk about. Oh, don't let nobody see your man. Shit, I'd rather know than not know. Anthony, and then we're gonna go. You got a couple minutes.
So I really like what you just said. You said love yourself, you gotta learn yourself as well. I think a lot of times when you get into any relationship, not being honest about who we are sometimes. And sometimes we low self-esteem. It could be your surroundings. It could be multiple things. I know, I think that one of the things is you're not alone, right? And when you look at the perpetrator, sometimes the perpetrator can have low self-esteem too. So it might not be a power thing. It could be the person that has low self-esteem. Like I dated somebody, she was like 4'1" or whatever, right? And she had a mouth. But the other thing is, we got to know what our mouth is too as well.
That's right.
Just like you said, but sometimes there are triggers. We can be triggers to certain conditions and things like that. And we might not look at ourselves as being the abuser, right? But we sometimes there's some things that can flip us, and we can crash out, and everything changes. So instead of becoming the victim, right, we have to look at ourselves as well, or playing victim.
Okay.
Because sometimes we can play victim.
Okay.
We can start it and then go back in the corner and say, hey, now we're going to tell our brothers and sisters to do so and so, but sometimes we already triggered the thing. So I thank you so much for it. And that's what I've learned. I learned that what you just said, you learn yourself first, because I've said some things that can cut you too.
Okay.
Right? A lot of things that, because I knew the power of the
Tongue.
tongue. Yeah, and I would say things on purpose to start something, but then in the end, I had to regret it, because in the end, it's like, and you have to be honest with yourself. Some people don't go back and they keep saying that, blaming the other person when they don't blame themselves. I'm gonna stop at that point.
Okay, thank you, Anthony. Okay, co-host.
What I learned is basically both of them touched on it. Knowing your worth. Into a relationship for knowing your worth. So that way you know what you want, you know what you look for, and know what's going to add to your peace and your happiness. Because I think some people feel realize they feel like it's your mate's responsibility to make you happy. It's not. It's your responsibility to make you happy. It's your responsibility to know what makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? What motivates you. You know what I'm saying? So that's a valuable lesson to know. Knowing your worth and knowing what you should deal with, and what you shouldn't deal with, and what you bring to the table. or whatever, no matter what nobody try to tell you or say to you or discourage you from, always having that sense of no, and then you know what I'm saying, within you, so that way can't nobody break that. You know what I'm saying? And just keep building that up, no matter what the situation.
You have 2 daughters yourself, right?
Yeah, I do. I just listen. For anybody listening, if you have a harm in your mind, just turn yourself in. just turn yourself in, because if I catch you, the things I got going on in this brain that I might do, it's gonna be bad.
That's with no medication.
No,
No medication.
What'd you say? Wrong uncut? Wrong uncut.
And I want to end it with something I learned today. Is I already knew this, but I learned a little more that I want to share with people that mental health piece, that schizophrenia is something, you know, that childhood trauma, and I believe that that's what triggers a lot of people. You know, the drugs, the marijuana, that 100% THC, that nicotine, like these kids' brains is not even fully developed. And, you know, I see so many of them drifting away, you know, and that childhood trauma, like I said, is real. It's triggering at any time. Like I said, they will beat you because you won't do it the way they want you to do it. You didn't say it the way they wanted you to say it. I remember I dealt with somebody before, and I just felt like I was there on a mission from God. You know, sometimes God, I believe, will put you with a person just because maybe he did this to so many other people, cousin, and you were the first one who stood up to him, basically. Maybe he beat everybody else, you know, and you was here to talk about it. You know, if he is listening today, what would you say to him if he was? No. Like you didn't break my soul. You know, like I don't mean like, yeah, mother, like you didn't break my soul.
Honestly,
you know?
I just want him to heal. Like it's one of them situations where, like I said, I'm past it, so I'm not mad. Of course, I'm gonna always be hurt, but I forgave him and I moved on. But I just want him to heal. Like seek therapy, take your meds, and just heal. Like he battled with a lot of internal demons. So no matter what woman he gonna be with, if he don't heal, it's gonna be a cycle. Like since we broken up, he has not been able to maintain anything because it starts internal. You can't just move on relationship and think it's gonna be okay and coexist with people. So I wish him the best. Like he's still my daughter's dad, so I don't want to see no harm come to him, but he can just stay far away from me. So I just want him to heal. Honestly, that's it.
Thank you. We got to take this home.
Just want to touch on something real quick. I like what you said.
This is Waymond co-host.
Some people don't understand forgiveness.
Yes.
Stop
You
acting
can't
like,
be
stop,
free till you
listen,
forgive.
Stop acting like you don't want to forgive people, because at the end of the day, the forgiveness is not for them.
It's for you.
It's for you to be able to move on and move forward.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So stop acting like you don't want, I can't forgive them. I can't forgive them. It ain't for them. It's for you to be able to move forward, for you to be able to have some type of closure and be able to
You
go
cannot
forward.
be free. You can't say you
So
healed.
forgive people, forgive.
Yeah.
Say it again. You can't say
You can't be free or be healed if you haven't forgiven or if it still triggering you. Like you just patting the wound. And it's a process. Like I said, I'm 29. This happened at 21 to 23. So look how many years it took for me to even want to talk about it. While I was going through it, I would tell friends bits and pieces, but nobody still don't know everything, and it's not for them to know. It's the past. But you gotta forgive to heal.
1-800-799-7233.
Rolling Uncut with Chop. This is one of my favorites. I found out. This what you be thinking.
That's what they gotta bring it back to, this good old fashioned love. Stop beating on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Come back to meeting in person, talking, having conversations.
Yes.
Taking strolls, walking, getting to know each other.
And real conversations, not what's your favorite color. No. Do you have any mental issues? How did you grow up as a child?
And just be honest.
Yes.
Just be honest.
Always.
Honesty starts with you being honest. It can be intimidating when you're honest to somebody. Be intimidating, but it keeps you whole.
You give good love to me.
Them hard conversations, I know they're hard to have, but they need to be had. Have them.
Rolling a cup with chop. You give good love. Sometimes that wood or that cuckoo be so good, baby. To
But guess what? Your absence is worse.
Yes.
When you leave, you ain't gonna miss that wood or that coochie like they gonna miss your presence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to leave.
A lot of women want their perfect love. What kind? The kind that girls like dumb dream of. I never wanted fairy tales.
I never thought they believed. I'm from the projects.
Now you're here like you've been before, and he knows just what Chuck need, and they know what you need. Give it right to you. Then boom, love bombed you.
What my man Anthony say? They masters at they craft, right?
Yep. They master it. I was one of the best at it. I
was something as a youngin'. I ain't gonna lie. I was
I want
something.
to thank everybody for tuning in to Jumpin' 215. Rolling Uncut. This is one of my favorite songs. Why does it hurt so bad? Sometimes we all go through things and we question ourselves. Why do you cry when they don't love you? Or you don't love them? Thank you to everybody that tuned in. Like I said, the Jumpin' 215 Rolling Uncut with Chop. Next Tuesday we will have the First Lady of Jumpin' 215 DJ. Cousin, say bye to my TikTokers. Say bye. Thank you, co-host Waymond.
See y'all later.
See y'all. Thank everybody for listening.
Thank you, co-host Anthony Lloyd.
See you next time.
That's what Cousin said. Sometimes you think you can have a winner and have a dud.
Shout.
Me? Try to give up on love and then you change like I'm gonna give you a chance and then boom. Damn. Yeah. You know Whitney went through a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Whitney Houston. So Rolling Uncut with Chop.
Don't come knocking at my door if you ain't gonna do right. Don't come bothering me and disturbing my peace.
And don't bother his daughter either, though. I got two. Don't bother none of mine either.
Sing it, y'all. Come on, sing it.
Yeah, I'm coming at you.
Why does it hurt so bad? Thank you for tuning in.
It was a good show.
Yeah.
Good show, guys. I would like to thank everybody, all my TikTokers. I want y'all to know y'all can come in and y'all can call me, get with me, and y'all can always come on the show yourself. You understand with me? Y'all see how I do it. Y'all see how I rock. It's genuine, no pressure. You know, you don't make nobody study nothing. You know, host, everybody, thank you. Thank you.
You should do this once a month.
Yeah.
It just gotta happen.
I love y'all TikTokers. Rolling a couple y'all.
Yeah, it's such a big topic. It's crazy.
Okay, I built this thing from when I say the muscle, like real rap. And my new co-host, look at my new co-host, y'all.
Oh, y'all.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
Sometimes he may not want to say what it is. We got to get him to come the first time. But I like that. We pull it out to you a little bit. Because you know, kind of fields you work there. You can't just come out and say what you want to say. So I definitely peeped that, and I get it.
But he dealt with it all.
That's right.
He dealt with it all. Vision wise. He
Yeah.
dealt with it all. So, you know.
Yeah, thank y'all. See y'all next week. Tune in.